I wanted to bring up the topic of child welfare, and this can prickle a little bit, and I think I intend for it to, so we could start a conversation. So first I want to say, if you have kids, if you care about kids, if you know kids, if you have seen a kid, then you too are responsible for child welfare. It seems like we get so paralyzed by the deep need of children by the time it reaches child protection that we forget the before. We forget that a child's welfare is enhanced simply by being around and surrounded by compassionate, caring, decent adults. We forget the before because the definition I found is actually professionally owned. The definition of child welfare is, I'm going to read it to you, is social work centered upon the welfare of children and upon vocational training. So the ownership of child welfare is given to a professional. But interestingly, the definition of welfare is the state of doing well, especially in respect to good fortune, happiness, well-being, and prosperity. It's not professionally owned. So back to the definition that is professionally owned. The child welfare field isn't working. Anyone working within this system, there are amazing practitioners working with this within this system, but they will tell you many of the same things. They're going to tell you they do not have enough time and resources to make their job duties possible. And so for me, that means if their job duty, they don't have ways to make it possible, then that means their job is impossible. We are giving the welfare of our children up to a system in which is impossible to meet the needs, to make them have the state of being well or happy or prosperous. But I sort of wanted to wonder, we're all responsible for the welfare of the kids, our kids, your kids, any kids, the kids you see. And so my wondering is if we kind of shift to this collective ownership of welfare of kids, we could really make a great, beautiful difference in the world. And in turn, we need to shift the definition of child welfare to be more synonymous with the definition of welfare. Again, welfare is the state of doing well, especially in respect to good fortune, happiness, well-being, and prosperity. We are a collective. We will only be well if we are collectively invested in the wellness of all, and that means kids. So I know this is really brief, and my only intention is to just really kind of stir you a little bit to show you that you too are responsible for child welfare. Even if all you do is you just offer a kinder smile to the next kid that you see, you have a role in the welfare of children. So again, if you care about kids, if you have kids, if you know kids, simply if you have seen a child before, you too are responsible for child welfare. So I'll see you again soon. Let's all sit on that and see how we're helping make the definition of child welfare more synonymous with the definition of welfare for all, collective. Thanks.